Alright guys, Runes is finally live, which means I'm going to show you how to trade and mint them. Quick recap to give some context, Runes is a new fungible token protocol that went live at the Bitcoin halving just this weekend. It was developed by Ordinals creator Casey Rotomore to improve the existing fungible token standard BRC20s. Spoiler alert, it's pretty much the same user experience as BRC20s with like a few differences. So if you're familiar with those already, then no sweat, this is gonna be easy peasy for you. If you're new to BRC20s or to Ordinals in general, it's still pretty straightforward. Just make sure that you watch my videos here. So there's been a lot of hype and minters have already printed 100x's, 200x's, maybe even 300x's on early winners despite gas staying really high. Bullish. And honestly, gas at these prices are still about the same as Ethereum on a normal day. So what are we really complaining about? It is slower, I'll give you that. Either way, it's super early and the dust still gotta settle. A lot of attention is still on Runes and money goes where attention flows, so hit that like and subscribe button while I still have yours. I'm DeFi Bae, this is not financial advice, make sure you DYOR as always. First, I'm gonna show you the main marketplaces. All right, let's start with the OGs. The first major player to support Runes, which is Unisat. You're gonna go to unisat.io. Fees are about 0.5%, so not too bad. Like I said, the user experience is very similar to BRC20s. Hover over Marketplace and hit Runes. Ta-da! Now you have a whole list of trending runes sorted by volume in the last 24 hours. What you're gonna need is a Web3 wallet that's compatible with Ordinals. I personally like Xverse because they were the first wallet to have major runes integration support. However, if you hit connect, any of these are gonna work with Unisat, but with runes in specific, I would stick with Xverse. The #1 ticker was this crazy name ZZZZ, Fahu ZZZZ, and it's got the highest trading volume. Right now you can only buy one at a time because you can only mint one at a time, and it has a 99% pre-mine, which means the team that deployed it retained 99%, and we don't know what they're going to do with it. A lot of it is speculative. And the second most popular one is Satoshi Nakamoto, because obviously everyone knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. So the way you read these is the 400 is how many Satoshi Nakamoto runes is in this bundle. 4499 is how many sats per Satoshi, which is equivalent to about $2.99 in USD prices, which rounds out to a grand total of 0.017996 Bitcoin for 400. And the way it works is kind of like how you buy goods in the real world. You've got the wholesale prices, which is large quantity for a smaller unit price, therefore the value buy. Then on the other hand, you have more of like the retail buy, which is a smaller quantity for a higher unit price, but a lower total price overall. So on Unisat, unfortunately, you can only sort by unit price from low to high, vice versa, and list time. If you go to orders, click sold, then you can see all of the ones that have been sold. There is no charting on this website, so it can be a little bit of friction to figure out what is happening. But hey, we're early and friction is bullish. Next, you have Magic Eden, who just launched their runes trading yesterday. So you go to magiceden.io and you select rune and you have a whole list. I'm not a fan of this UI, but I'm sure there's gonna be improvements later. For now, you know, let's just click on one and look at it. Okay, so what I like about Magic Eden is that on the right, they give you a statistics board. You can easily see the rune number, the price per rune, which is here, 1 Satoshi, market cap, volume 30-day, and supply. Also, the cool thing here is you can sort by total price. Like I said before, it gets a little confusing, but if you have a budget of say like $500, then it's a lot easier to sort by total price versus unit price. And here is where you would go to sell it. Here's where there's a little difference between BRC20s and runes. BRC20s is if I bought this amount, then in order to sell this amount, I would have to inscribe a transfer. If you're unfamiliar, watch my video here. I go in depth about it. The difference with runes is that I can directly list this without having to inscribe transfer, which is another gas fee. However, if I wanted to split these up and sell smaller quantities, then I would have to, at this point in time, send these to myself in Xverse. And that is a gas fee. But it does clean up a lot of these inscribed transfer inscriptions that ultimately just become cluttered junk, because each time that you want to buy or sell a certain amount, you have to inscribe transfer, which is essentially another inscription telling a third party your account balance. So that's a cool thing about runes. And I've heard that they are working on a runes splitting tool. Hopefully it'll be gasless at some point, but I'm pretty sure the first iteration is not, but at least it'll be a lot cleaner for everyone's wallets. This feature I'm really excited about. It's called Swap, coming soon. I'm assuming this is where you can just directly have Bitcoin that you want to swap and the platform will do it for you. This should be really good for liquidity, so I'm looking forward to when this gets released. Keep in mind, this is like day 3 or 4 of launching this new protocol, and already we already have major player integration for it. So yesterday, within a few hours of them launching, the marketplace fee was free, but it looks like they quickly added a marketplace fee of 1%. All right, next marketplace we're gonna look at is ordinalswallet.com. This one is, the UI is very similar to Unisat. The only difference is that there is a charting tool. So this one is the only one I've seen so far of the major players to have some sort of charting visual to give you more context of trading. So Ordinals Wallet is going to charge about 2.7%, which is one of the higher ones. So not as much volume as the other two, but it's good for reading the charts. And in big news, we already have a couple of Runes winners hitting their centralized exchange listings. We have Wanko Manko, which is the leading meme rune of Bitcoin right now. Don't ask me how. This is completely an L curve token, by the way. And the first one that was listed is Satoshi Nakamoto. With an exchange listing so early out the gate, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit a tier 1 exchange at some point in the next few months, whether that is Binance or Coinbase, which would obviously be big bullish news for runes and just further validation. So now, how do we mint runes? One of the most popular places is luminex.io. This is gonna be your premier place to mint and explore runes. I really like their UI. It's easy to see things right off the bat, and you can sort by progress, mints, holders, number created, and created date. Also by different time frames. And then you have a easy to access mint panel on the right hand side. You can also create your own rune token by etching, and then a transfer feature as well. This one will allow you to do batch mints or repeat mints up to 20. So for example, if I'm trying to mint Satoshi Nakamoto, the number per mint maximum is 100. So if I were to use Luminex and max out to 20 repeat or batch mints, then that's 20 times 100, which will be 2,000 Satoshi Nakamotos with just a couple of clicks. Here you can see more of the data, circulating the supply, maximum supply, and the top holders. This one does have a 20% pre-mine, but it is number 6. So there's a lot of speculation on what's going to happen to the pre-mined amount. Could be bullish, could be bearish. So obviously you don't want to try and gun for something that is almost minted out, because more likely than not, you're gonna get front run, or you're gonna have to pay really, really, really high gas fees. The thing with minting runes is, if your mint doesn't get confirmed before the max supply has been hit, you lose your gas money, but you do not receive a rune token in exchange. So yeah, very user-friendly, got that point and click approach. Okay, so the next tool is GD Data. GD Data is really great as well. You can hit their runes tab to mint or etch. Genie data is crazy because they allow you to bulk mint up to 1,000. So go to index, and this is where you'll see all of the runes. You can search by ticker, upcoming, mintable, completed. It's easy to search what are mintable and to directly hit the mint button. Also, by clicking on it, you can see the mint progress and the relevant information about each runes. And then last but not least, Runes Blaster. This just went live to the public. Before, you had to be a holder of Wizards of Ord in order to use this, and it was free for holders because it was in beta. This one, maximum of 25 batch minting. I guess apparently it's still free for holders. So this has been my favorite minting tool, obviously because it was free and very efficient. It's built by LIFO, one of the OGs in the space. He is the founder and creator of Nakamoto Archives, Ordrain Collection, and Wizards of Ord. It's a cool group if you join Discord. And then other honorable mentions, I would say, is btctool.pro. This one, you can also, search for tickers, look at the description, and mint as well. The cool thing about this one is that you can see the hot bubbles visualization, sort of like Genie Data's Genie map, where you can see what are the hottest ones being minted out right now. And then you have app.runemind.com. This one is cool because it shows you number of runes and most minted, most recent. It's just a different configuration for looking at the total rune market. There's also a place for portfolio, for etching, and a coming soon bridge. And then last but not least, runesmarketcap.com to give you a quick overview of the different volumes and market caps for each token. And I'm sure there's tons of new tools being created and worked on right now. But for now, these are the major players and honorable mentions. For gas, you can go to mempool.space. And as you can see, gas has stayed very high in the 200 to 300 ranges since the halving, which broke 1,000 sat per VB ranges. So it's pretty crazy. If you want to get your transaction confirmed in the next block, you're gonna need at least 250 sat per VB. Pretty straightforward. Some of the early winners seem to be Satoshi Nakamoto, hence the Gate.io listing, Winko Mango, and you have Meme Economics, which managed to get one of the top 10, and obviously rune number 1, which everyone is speculating as to what they're going to do with the 99% that they have. Bitcoin Pepe Matrix is also another one that has been printing multiples for mentors. Arsic managed to secure rune number 8, so looking good, got the top 10, and it looks like there's a season 2. So a lot of big KOLs behind this one. Definitely keep your eyes on this one. Waddle Waddle Pingu, I don't know, I like it, it's cute, it's memeable. And yet to come is the CyberKong's decentralized rune drop going to Promethean holders. So yeah, that's it for now. Let me know what runes you're interested in. Thanks for watching, have fun, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!